The 3rd of April 2020. This is Emer Griffin McElligott in Tralee, County Kerry, Ireland. This particular upload that I'm sharing is pertaining to the rights of women and children and the safety and protection of women and children and their status in any family unit or any matrimonial contract. The issues that I'm discussing in this particular upload are quite complicated and quite delicate, and these circumstances that I'm referring to are for the interest of not only women's agencies and support groups, but for the advocates and supports and services of those that are aware of the victimisation of women and families that have experienced abandonment and desertion. The issues that I'm discussing relate to not only desertion and abandonment, but also the issue of defamation, denigration, disrespect of the family unit by individuals that are not only responsible for the abandonment of their families, but also the abandonment of their duties, obligations, and responsibilities. The very serious concern of all of this is when such issues occur, the matter of justice failing to safeguard the rights of the family, the child, the wife, the parent. That obstruction is very dangerous for the reputation of all families in society, to facilitate violations of faith and violations of rights in any 2020 democracy leaves a lot to be desired for future outcomes with regards to families of generations to come. So the rights of the child, the rights of women in any matrimonial contract being denigrated and disrespected is a huge issue in this circumstance that I'm experiencing and recognizing throughout society. For women in particular, to facilitate the violation of women's rights and children's rights is quite horrific. The concept and notion of other individuals imposing and intruding in the marriage contract of any two individuals and destroying a family unit is quite disgraceful. The obstruction of justice and the legal violations involved in certain matrimonial contracts is only one tactic when these circumstances occur. There are also other tactics that have been applied besides scandalizing a woman or family and scandalizing the issues involving matrimony. The circumstances that I'm referring to are not just regarding legal violations, but also the tactics of disposing of a matrimonial contract out of sheer disrespect for responsibilities, obligations, and duties of both spouses. The issue of infidelity is very serious. The issue of desertion and abandonment is very serious. The issue of the rights of the child and the safety and protection of the child and the destruction of the family unit are very serious issues. For any support groups or services, politicians, authoritarians, authorities, etc., to facilitate the destruction of the family unit as a consequence of desertion or abandonment, etc., is a very sad sign of the times. So basically, this upload is for the interest of those individuals that are in a position to positively affect the occurrence of individuals destroying a family unit intentionally and disrespecting the marital rights of a spouse and a family. The issue, as we are all aware, with regard to rights pertain to not just health, housing, education, etc., but also the issue of the rights regarding faith. So the concept of any matrimonial contract is not for any spouse to disrespect, defame, and denigrate the good faith or good position or good name of the person that they are involved in that contract with. This issue that I'm relating to those of any position to affect positively circumstances where the destruction of the family unit occurs and where the issue of violations is being facilitated is the purpose of this upload. There have been individuals that intrude, impose, and violate shamelessly and destroy family units without any concept or consideration for family or for children. And this involves not only the aspects of medical care, housing, education, etc., as I've mentioned, but also the institution of matrimony and the institution of all societies involved in upholding the integrity of the family unit. So, in these uploads, I've discussed from an anthropological and societal and cultural perspective all aspects of human rights and women's rights and children's rights. This particular upload is for the interests of women and children that have been disrespected in their role of the family. So I hope that from this upload it makes matters more clear about how serious circumstances have been caused with people that have no regard or respect for the role of the family. So from Tralee, County Kerry, Ireland, I hope these individuals with no regard for women's rights or children's rights have a reality check and a check of their mental health to understand the seriousness and the consequences for the destruction that is caused with the violations and offences pertaining to abandonment and desertion in any matrimonial contract.